Here already. Hi, one person. I'm gonna get these in the freezer. Stella, what's going on, kitty? Oh, do you want your toy? Okay, here we go. All right, Stella, there you go. Good luck with your new toy. This toy, it literally is, it's the best cat toy I've ever seen. Okay, I'm gonna bring a couple more things in from the car and then I'm gonna hang. Stay tuned. You don't like your toy, Stella? She's afraid of it. So is Shadow. Be back. Stelly, did you get a new bed? First time she gets a new bed since, I think I bought this when I lived in Cave Creek, Arizona, which when I just moved there, it's falling apart somewhere right here. And I'm not going to hand sew it. It's time for a new Stelly bed. Quick note on this. I had one of the employees in the PetSmart. Everything's marked up at PetSmart, but that's how they stay in business, right? A big box store. Had her do a price check for me on this because I tried to do the Amazon app scanner. There's Stella. Stella can. She told me $14.99. It rang up as $25.99, and I said, but she told me it was $14.99. And so I don't know, I entered my pet number or whatever, rewards number, my old cell phone from when I was in high school rewards number to bring the price down, and then it still rang up $19.99. So she brought the woman over, and the woman said, yeah, $14.99. So she lowered the price. So there's a little rant on always double, triple check prices if you want to save money. Look! New bed. Ooh, it's too big for that thing though. Uh-oh. But we're moving. There you go, Stelly girl. Good luck. You got Stella Cam. Stella Cam. Stella, keep them entertained. Keep them entertained. Here we go, Stella. One-armed groceries. Try to do everything in one load. Gotta take it through my rooms. Here's the house. You guys know me and my heatable pasta. We're out of paper plates. I've been using Mark's. So I need to order some. You guys can watch the steam come off of it. I am going to start. Oh, I'm definitely going to Starbucks. Jesus, hello, hello. Moving day, no, just Jessica day. I'll be back. Right, Stell? Let's see if I can make this. Oh, into the laundry basket. Close enough. Oh my gosh. I'm too old for this. Silly, where are you? Oh, there you are. Okay, let's see how you feel about this new bed. First of all, let me put a mic into there so you all can maybe hear me. Hi, how are you, cutie? I come to you on stream with an unmade bed. Ah! Chaos! There's Stella. Unmade. Oh, I can't mic up because my phone's gonna die. Okay, I'll be back. Mic will go on at some point. You're on my mobile device. Stand by. Gotta put the groceries away. What time is it? Where everybody's coming in from? What's the temperature? And what's my other question? I think that was all three. I'm getting fast. For anybody that was on my stream earlier, though, I had a checklist of stuff I had to get done. I got everything done except for look into getting an iPhone upgrade. So that's pretty cool. I might stop this and go over to my friend Hector Ramos' stream, who's streaming the moon. Cool idea. wow, we're in the double digits hanging. That's cool. Wow. Hector is streaming the coolest thing right now, and I was in there trying to keyword how to share it properly so that people actually click on the URL. He's streaming the moon from his backyard. He's in Phoenix, here in Phoenix, Arizona, USA. And yeah, let's see, Hector Ramos telescope. That is so cool. What a great idea. No audio, no one blabbing. We're eating. Reminds me. Still need to put the groceries away. Yes, there are frozen foods. What's up, Jen? Hey. Yeah, today was a wild day. No bad vibes. There's Jessica tied up in the corner trying to signal to No, I'm just, my brain's off in another la land. I'll be back though. You guys should check Twitter. Oh my god, we're gaining viewers. This is nuts. Can you guys even hear me? I am a Michaelis. Because I am plugged in. One more bite. See? I don't ever sit down to eat. Stay tuned. Slammed it. doing? They're like, where's my old bed? She's not into it. Almost done. I'm also going to eat his pre-made salad in addition to... Whoa, I just got a notification on... Is that Facebook? I don't have Facebook notifications, and I have 99 notifications. What? I don't even use... What? Something shared. Hi. Do you want a treat? Do you want some treats? Hi. Did you throw up while you were sleeping today? I see it on the ground. Yes. It's warm in this room without the AC. I'm gonna try a new bed. Hi. Does that scare you? All right. I wonder if I... Let's see. No. Let's see. My sleeping bag. Oh, yeah. Look, I have so much space when I move these. Oh my God, looking at my unmade bed. If there's one thing that I can't stand when I'm in a small space, it's to have blankets just everywhere on my bed. That's like the one thing. My focus just can't. Well, there's a few things, especially in a small space. Boink. Open this up. Let there be oxygen. Hi, Steph. Righty. Any peanut butter M&M lovers out there? Peanut butter. I also like the peanut ones, but these ones, peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly. Peanut butter jelly in a baseball bat. I don't like jelly. What's going on? You do! Woohoo! Oh, Alan Pisa says loading. Does that mean my internet connection sucks? Okay. Oh no, it doesn't. I'm not on Wi-Fi, so it shouldn't. Camera is loving purple, not making your skin green. No helping that. Oh, really? Because I see it. I see it's great. It looks really cool on my end. I'm going to screenshot. I'd love to see what you guys see. There we go. Only Reese's. Oh, whoops, that's the camera. Only when I cheat on the diet. I love it. Writing. We'll leave this in the background. Oh, thanks, Jen. Thanks for letting me know. I love you. So people heard me on my Twitter post today. Oh, or not my Twitter post. Sorry, it's been a wild day. On my stream earlier, asking for people to engage. Thanks for letting me know. You're awesome. All right. Gotta make the bed before I do anything, or else I'm not gonna be productive. I need to eat though, so I can continue making the bed. No, this is a hang. This is a hangout. Hey, Steph. Here, I'll give you want your old bed? Yeah. She's like, where's my old bed? There it is. This looks comfy, but I'll return it. But maybe she'll get used to it. Hi. This side. A long day. Hi. Do you like to hide in the blankets? My anxiety blanket, I call it. Weighted blankets are amazing. Does anybody else use a weighted blanket? This one is 16 pounds, I think. It feels like a hug. Just I put it on and it hugs me. It makes me feel safe and warm. Sometimes too warm though. What's up, Stella? You want your catnip? Before I give this to you, do you promise that you won't throw up on the bed? Promise? Look in the eye. Look in the eye. Okay, there you go. Get it. Please don't throw up on the bed. I really don't want to do all the sheets and laundry tonight. Get it, Stella. Going to town. Stella cam. Get it, Stella. Please don't throw up on the bed. Yeah. All right. Going back to hangout screen. Get it, Stella. Get it, Stella girl. Crumbs from eating in the middle of the night. Get it, Stella. Oh, get it. Is it you? Are you crazy? Stella girl. No, I want to keep going. Let's get some music. Where's my remote control? I have 2 remote controls for this purpose. Ah, there's one. Burp. Burp. What do you think of that, Stella? Burp. What are you doing? Oh, you crazy. Did you have a good day, kitty kitty? I love that noise. Does surround sound microphone exist? Where I could just wire the whole room to hear me? I'm gonna come closer. Does anybody know, does surround sound microphone exist? Not boom mic, not lav mic. Surround microphone. Like I could mic up my whole RV trailer except for the bathroom. Or the bedroom. Yeah, you guys aren't getting in there. Guys and gals and non-binary, okay? I like to all. That way, I don't constantly have to, you can hear my thoughts wherever they come and wherever I am and how, I'll spew them out. You can get real-time thoughts in Kirsh rants. Look at that picture, oh my God. Do you guys like that thumbnail? Because I do. Sweaty, hanging. Now I get why you guys said am I tied up. Oh God. I just make the funniest face possible. I noticed there's 14 thumbs ups already. Oh my God, and a super chat just came in. Space Case. Thanks for seeing my post. Thank you. Oh, I feel so heard. It feels so heard. Thank you so much, Space Case, for the $4.99 super chat. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you. That's awesome. That's really funny. That looking over here at my channel. Okay, let's do. I want to watch Warren's live stream. I need to text him or Twitter him and make sure that if I watch it, and it picks up audio, that it doesn't copyright strike me, or if it does, he'd be okay to let it go. Because it's on the future, one of the candidates for the governor of California. I think he's like 29 years old. And I missed the stream. Oh, yay! Oh, Ali! Ali, this is actually my same place. This is my existing place. Your mom won't let you. It's kooksy. That's okay. I understand. Keep that. Your mom. If your mom's paying, then yeah, it's okay. Thank you. Let's see. Yeah, I got distracted. What was I doing? Oh yeah, Warren. Warren. Actually, he's probably sleeping because it's 12:42 a.m. Hey, let's see. If I play your live stream from today on my TV with audio while I'm streaming live on YouTube and doing other things, it may or may not copyright strike me, comma, period. Will you be kind enough to release the copyright strike so I can maintain the monetization on my end? That'd be great. Thanks, Warren. Not that I go back and put in ad breaks very often, but if anybody watches this late, gotta get that trailer. Oh man, did it just not save? Darn it. I'm just gonna tweet him. Playing your stream. I should load it up first so I'm not getting approval for it. Let's see. I like to be respectful of all creatives. Warren Redlick. Copyright strikes me. Please. I guess it doesn't copyright strike a creator. It just shows up as duplicated content, I think. Or maybe it just has to be like a really high profile content. Like Joe Rogan's interview with Elon Musk, the most recent one. I'm really glad that I streamed that live. It's a couple hours. Ooh, thanks. Busted my toe skin open. Anyways, and a bunch of people got to hear it that couldn't hear it from Spotify, but then that took away money from Spotify. And then, so I felt badly that way. Long story short, I want to be respectful. Ooh, my feet stink. Ugh. These Crocs are funky. I need to bleach them or something. I love Crocs. My favorite flavor of M&M is M&M. It's funny. Okay, well, we've got Warren Redlick. You guys don't watch Warren Redlick. He's cool. You should. That's what I meant to say there.
When you walk up to the counter at the pharmacy, you don't want to overpay
no,
for your...
stop. That will copyright strike me for sure. The ad. So I wonder if he has any ads throughout, because then those will play. Not that I need... You know what? This is going to be a demonetized stream. I don't need every penny every time. Look at me. Okay.
This is Warren Redlick. Thank you for watching. I'm here with Meet Kevin.
If you guys don't want to hear this, just shut your audio off. But it's like 2 hours, and I'm not going to sit and watch it, so this is great.
So Kevin is one of my favorite
Love you,
YouTubers.
Warren, if you're here.
I have watched many of his videos.
Oh, he's a YouTuber.
And he interviewed me, and I was very flattered and honored that he interviewed me.
Wow.
He is very much into stocks and high tech. And
his name is Kevin Paffrath. He's a YouTuber, is what Warren just said. Anybody in California here?
And particularly, I would say, an expert on California real estate and living in California. He's been there for a while. So, Kevin, would you tell the audience, and Kevin is running for governor of California, as you can see it under his face.
He's got that look.
Today. Kevin, would you please tell the audience a little bit about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, I go by Meet Kevin on YouTube.
Oh, Meet Kevin!
Started as a real estate agent.
Meet Kevin on YouTube.
Went to college, became a real estate broker, invested in real estate, built wealth, started sharing my secrets and ideas and visions. Now I want to see the people in California be able to build wealth, and I think we are in a massive.
I've heard of his channel.
In California from many fronts, but our existing government doesn't appear to see it that way. I think we are in a state of emergency on homelessness, on housing, on housing, on schooling, on taxes, and my plan would be to fix all of that.
Oh, cool.
Okay, so
so far so good.
How do you feel like it's going? Just at the very beginning, you just started, you announced today. I noticed you got some press coverage, Newsweek. I don't know if you saw this. Newsweek covered you. The List covered you.
Sweet.
Cool.
Thank you. I didn't even know.
Yeah, there's an article. This is in the last couple hours. I looked in this morning, like right after you released, and I didn't see much. But in the last couple hours, you started picking up some, and nothing bad. Right? It was mostly neutral or positive, I would say.
Cool.
I like the start of that.
I'm not.
I've been kind of looking forward to the day when like somebody does an attack ad on me, and then I can react on my YouTube channel.
Oh, but I'm.
But I'm glad to hear that. So you're asking how it's getting started. I have to say, it's really, really exciting. I've been very nervous because I'm not a politician. I'm not coming from a political background.
I like this.
A massive political party behind me, and if anything, I don't know that the existing party.
100.
Like, wait, there's another option. And there are some plans here.
He has reverb. I'm so excited. I'm not the only one with audio stuff.
Demographics, the existing politics in California say just leave things the way they are. Leave
Salad.
Gavin Newsom in place. The recall's a Republican recall, and they're really branding this whole recall as a joke. I think this is the best opportunity for California to take their state back.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well,
I don't know.
Somebody asked for policy questions. I'm going to get into some policy questions. I actually have a lot of policy questions for you. But I want to start with, and I want to mention really quickly, because people ask this question a lot. You announced that you're seeking the Democratic Party nomination. You're hoping for Newsom to be recalled. There's a recall.
$99.99.
Democratic Party nomination. If I remember correctly from your channel or your Twitter, you asked your audience, should I run as a Democrat or Republican?
Space Case. Holy shnikes. Space Case 83. Hey, I just figured out how to increase the amount for the super chat. I like that you cover all this content. I can't always keep up, and it's fun to see creators getting into this. I bought a Tesla recently, and I love it so much. So thank you. I'm in Cali, by the way. Holy moly, Space Case. Snapping all around, and I could totally understand about the can't always keep up. I can't keep up with other creators, even though I want to keep up. Look at me trying to catch up on Warren. I came in at the absolute end of this stream, and he announces that I was there, which is awesome. And then, I spoke of Medicaid. So, thank you. Thank you.
You did not want to run as third party or independent. And somebody on Twitter, I think it was, said, oh, he's not a real Democrat. And I was thinking, that's what I like about him. I'm tired of hyper-partisan candidates. I want somebody who's middle of the road.
You guys judge me if
you chose to run Democrat. I don't think a Republican
wore
can win
my
the state.
swimsuit. Oh wait.
But what are your thoughts about? Maybe I'll ask you to describe
Wear a
it.
sports
What
bra.
was the reason you chose to run as a Democrat? You're not a hyper-partisan guy.
Absolutely. Let's answer that. Now, it does mention, there are some folks mentioning that when I talk, people hear a little bit of an echo.
Yes.
So, Warren, I don't know if maybe you want to hit mute when I reply. I'm not sure your setup.
Let's try the headphones. I'm glad you noticed that.
I
I noticed too.
Up, and I thought, well, may as well mention that, and then I'll definitely answer that question then.
It's a better friend. Whew, hot.
All right, let's try it now.
We'll give it a shot. We'll see what comes. Okay, perfect. Look, it's a total valid question because the way politics
That works.
works in our country these
That
days
works.
is the first question people want to know is what party. In
Now
my
it sounds
videos,
like
I
CNN.
actually have not said what party I am choosing to run under. And to me, the party is the last thing that should come up.
Oxygen.
What should come up first are, what are your solutions? What are your solutions to solving the
It's
crises
way too
in our
hot
state?
for clothing.
And to me, there are problems on both sides, massive problems on both sides. To me, I don't know that there are more Republican problems or more Democratic problems. I think there are more Californian problems.
Please,
And
no
they all need to be
haters.
solved.
Okay.
Right.
And so I'm
Thanks.
running on the premise of solving these problems. And I personally believe that Gavin Newsom is doing a very poor job of representing California. And the best thing that can happen is Gavin Newsom gets replaced. Somebody can actually fix the problems in the state. I believe I'm that person.
Okay. So while you're on that, I just want to ask, give me an example of something, maybe one or two or three things that you feel Gavin Newsom is doing wrong.
Oh my gosh, the list is endless. I'm going to start with this one because we just started talking about this. First of all, the rail system is a disaster. Gavin Newsom's rail plans have 10x the cost for how much he wants to spend on his high-speed rail. They've gone from 500 miles to maybe now 800 miles.
High-speed
10x
rail.
the cost. We just did the math on this. They are literally spending, or planning to spend 3,000 Bitcoin per mile on this rail line.
That's
That
so
works out
much.
to about $125 million. You go to the boring company, Elon Musk can build you a tunnel for $10 million per mile.
That's right.
It defies logic to build in an earthquake state a train on land that's going to get damaged in earthquakes for $125 million a mile when you can
Send them
a
straight.
tunnel that is much more resistant to an earthquake for $10 million.
Wow! I
It
agree.
makes no logical sense. That to me is just the epitome of it.
Vote for
It's
Kevin.
endless. It's the roadblocks in housing and development. It's the
Amen.
roadblocks in making our
Mic
state
drop.
grid more efficient, getting more transmission lines up so we can connect solar farms and
Yeah.
wind farms
Yeah.
to places where people
Microgrids.
actually live, or developing more. I mean, there's so much of 17-year-old thinking embedded in Gavin Newsom. We can't expect change from him. He's been mayor, he's been lieutenant governor, now he's governor. Now it's, hey, let's give some handouts to buy some votes. It's a joke. Nothing's going to change. If
That
people want to
sucks.
see homelessness change, it's not going to change with Gavin Newsom. They want to see housing change, it's not going to change with Gavin Newsom. California just hit
There
a
you go.
record. California's median home price is now $800,000. While the median income for a Californian family, household, is $80,000. It's impossible.
He's dropping knowledge
For people
bombs
to
left and
own
right.
homes in California, it's unaffordable. And it's because of the massive housing shortage in California. We'll get into some of the other points, but you asked me about what Gavin Newsom's doing wrong. I'm trying to figure out what he's doing right.
Oh!
Thing that
Oh,
we can do as
there's an ad.
organizations.
Gotta
Did you-
turn off the ads. Let's see how much demonetized. Oh yeah, he's everywhere. Yep, that's what you gotta do. Tom and Space. Tom and Space, I will often end a 4-6 hour live stream and go over to Clubhouse and start again. You just got to be where the people are. And people seem to respond really positively when I finish a stream and they popped in or they saw it live or they didn't have a chance to see it, but whatever. I pop in and I just say hi or whatever. People really, really enjoy it, especially after SN15's landing. I went into a room and I went, wow! And then I shut my mic off. And then I
figure
opened
out what he's doing right.
my own room in SpaceX with Jessica
Excellent.
Kirsh
So,
Club.
Let me go to, I'm gonna pump my Patreon for a second.
Pump
I
up
invited my
Patreon.
Patreon supporters to ask questions, and so far I only saw one. So if there were more questions to
Pump
Patreon
it.
supporters, I'm sorry, this is the only one I saw. The question was, and this relates to your channel, is Kevin prepared to implement his buy the dip investing strategy also to politics? If yes, what is the political
I like
topic
Kevin's tie.
that is the most overlooked or
Good
hated
knot.
that he's going to buy the dip upon? So before you answer the question, could you tell the audience what's the buy the dip investing strategy?
I'm a big fan of when things are hitting rock bottom, that's the time you invest.
Amen.
You don't want to invest when things are going parabolic. When things are going parabolic, that's the time to go, oh, okay, we gotta be a little careful here, okay? We gotta prepare. When things are bad, or really bad, or they're at the bottom, that's the time to invest. I believe you can invest in California and very quickly fix the major systemic problems that we have with schooling, homelessness, housing. Now's the time to do it because things are at rock bottom. People are fleeing the state because they hate what's happening.
And coming
around
here
them.
and buying
It's gotta
houses
end.
in cash.
I think you said
Arizona.
something in a video I watched today. So I'm in Florida, and I was just having a conversation with family where I was saying a lot of people are moving here from New York, which is true. They're like, oh, people are coming from California too. And you said something in your video about, hey, you're
Elon
looking
moved
for
to
support.
Texas.
You want people to go to meetkevin.com.
Joe Rogan
and
moved to
contribute your
Texas.
campaign. You said,
Lex
not just
Friedman is moving to
Californians. If you're in
Texas.
Florida and you don't want all those Californians coming, give money to my campaign so Californians will stay in California. I thought that was
Oh,
hilarious.
that's really clever.
So-
Hey, Texans listening, folks in Las Vegas, you want the Californians gone, I'll bring them back.
I love
So,
it.
I
That's a
asked
really
my
good
YouTube channel
thing.
supporters, and one
Okay.
particular
Here we
supporter
go. I'm gonna mic
asked
that.
an outrageous number of questions, and I just narrowed down to one question.
Sounds like something I would do. Outrageous number of questions.
His question was, more people are playing in the stock market than ever before. What challenges does this present to Californians to keep them interested in
Oscar
9 to 5
shot.
jobs and staying in? Will some classes need to be cut from the present educational curriculum to make way for a new style of education? I picked this question because I read your platform. You talked about education in your platform. Where will teachers with this skill set come from? What I recall from your platform was you wanted to teach financial, teach people how to understand finance, which is something a lot of people don't get. One of my questions, whenever I hear people saying they should teach computers in schools, they should teach finance in schools, where do you get teachers who are capable of teaching those subjects?
The best thing that we can do, and it's something that our government does not do at all, almost throughout the entire country, is coordinate with private companies and integrate them with schools. It's not all or nothing. When you integrate private companies, so what happens? Hey Tesla, what kind of workers do you need? Well, we're really looking for electrical engineers that specialize in this. Great. Tesla, let's work together and educate a class of teachers and let them be the hands-on delegates to get students educated in a future school-style environment.
Oh, I love it.
Teaching them not just the financial education
Oh, I
starting
love
at
it.
14 years old, but you're teaching them to graduate at 18 debt-free and with a career that they can now take this experience and go work at Tesla or go work at a different
Debt-free.
company, go work at Lucid or some other company that needs the
He's
electrical
preaching.
engineering. It doesn't matter. The point is, not only do the teachers now learn more, not only do the students benefit getting a career path, but the companies benefit. Because the companies now, rather than shooting in the dark in terms of, well, this person looks good on paper, now they can actually see the students operate and go, hey, we are catering the students to what
Looks
we need.
good on paper.
So now it's motivated to manufacture more in the state because this is where our workforce is. Let's build another gigafactory in California rather than fleeing to Texas. You hear Gavin Newsom, his thing is,
Texas.
California's not going to leave.
Yeah.
Fremont is a joke compared to what they're building in Austin.
Ah!
It's pathetic. Gavin Newsom doesn't get it.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so
So-
true. He's dropping
So
knowledge
I
bombs.
had some questions for you. The first question that popped in my head was,
Meet
my
Kevin.
audience, one of the reasons why I thought I would be a good person to interview you is I have, not comparable to your audience, but I have a decent sized audience, and 20% of my audience is in California.
Oh.
Mainly, I think, because I cover Tesla and SpaceX, which are at least somewhat California companies, if not a lot larger
Not for
California companies.
long.
And Boring Company and Neuralink, they're all California companies.
Not for long.
So you have a channel with over 1.6 million subscribers. What percent of your audience is in California. The YouTube analytics can tell you that. Do you have a sense of what percent of your audience is California?
I actually think it's roughly similar to that, 18-20%, right around there in California. Yeah.
So you have a built-in audience of 300,000 plus subscribers, followers, who this is a challenge for a candidate, right? It's a challenge to reach the voters.
Right.
But you have a built-in audience, in California that watch your channel. That's a big start compared to a lot of other people who might be running. And I think that's something that the media, there's always the challenge of getting the media to cover you, getting the media to pay attention, how well you'll do in polls. But if you have an audience, I don't know how many total views does your channel have? It's got to be
350 million.
Right. So there's something like 70 million people in California. Well, it can't be 70 million people. There's been 70. There's been 70
do me a
million
favor
people
and
70 million views in California. So a lot of people have seen your name, know who you are. That's
someone do me a favor and screenshot me whenever, screenshot this. And if you think I am not like bending over and there's like, something that I can at least post as a thumbnail rather than hang, or is the hang thumbnail good? Just question, curious. Be great if you screenshotted, sent it over, and then I could upload it. Not necessarily now, but for future. Maybe people would actually click.
taxes.
Thank you. Mwah.
Easy thing to do or say. The hard thing to do is to cut spending. So would you cut state spending? And if so, where would you cut state spending?
The way our state spends money right now is atrocious. There is so much that needs to be cleaned up. The problem is, it's difficult to see it from the outside because it gets masqueraded in ridiculous ways. I know there is a lot that can be cut, but I also want Californians to know that my goal isn't to come in and start laying off Californians and cutting jobs in California. What I want to do is empower Californians again. For example, here's a perfect example. We have over 482 municipalities in California with their own building and safety departments. This is leading to a complete disaster in housing. It takes months to years to get renovations and development complete. If we streamlined all building and safety departments, raised the building and safety standards slightly, streamlined everything into one statewide department, we're still going to have those workers in all the different areas of our state working for our state. But rather than driving people mad, 6 to 12 months working back and forth with the same folks in building and safety, we're going to take the folks who are sitting behind desks and get them going out to job sites to make sure jobs are moving safely and the actual things they're seeing are being done appropriately. And we're going to do this by empowering licensed contractors and architects to have more power to issue permits and actually approve permits. I've even got an idea of using the blockchain as a way to ledger what contractors are approving work at different job sites.
How about that?
This is a way that
decentralizing the government.
Well, if we start
slowness.
streamlining the government this state, now we don't need 482 systems. We need one system. That's going to save millions of dollars right there. But wait a minute.
Crazy.
Now all of a sudden we don't need the ledger system for who's doing all the permit record keeping. It's available on the public blockchain. Well, golly, and there aren't 482 of those anymore. That's going to save millions of dollars. And you do that government by government, or institution by institution, streamlining small claims courts, streamlining colleges. Here's a great example. Watch this.
Here we
Joe
go.
Biden says free community college. Great, Joe Biden, thank you. We are now going to turn 70% of our high schools into community colleges. So now we're offsetting the budget by basically just doing what the government wants. Provide free community college. Perfect. What can we do to maximize that dollar? That's what I'm all about.
Oh my gosh. Oh no, ad. Brr. See if I can keep this monetized. Oh no, ad. Good placements, Warren. I'm curious, do you do that during the stream, after the stream? You probably set it up to before the stream. I need to figure out how to do that. I think mine are set to just before right now on live streams. It's crazy long. And when YouTube places ads for you, first of all, it takes like 24 hours or more, so I have to leave my computer running. And and it places them like everywhere, like 19 ad breaks. I'm not going to sit through. Most people will leave after like the first ad break.
My channel is, a lot of Tesla.
Only 4,400 people have watched this. That's interesting because this is really.
This is leading to a complete disaster
deal.
in housing. It takes
U.S.
months
It's
to
U.S.
years
related.
to get
That's
renovations
why.
and development complete.
Whew.
If we streamlined all building and safety departments, raised the building and safety standards slightly, streamlined everything into one statewide department, we're still going to have those workers in all the different areas of our state working for our state. But rather than driving people mad, 6 to 12 months working back and forth with the same folks in building and safety, we're going to take the folks who are sitting behind desks and get them going out to job sites to make sure jobs are moving safely and the actual things we are seeing are being done appropriately. And we're going to do this by empowering licensed contractors and architects to have more power to issue permits and actually approve permits. I've even got an idea of using the blockchain as a way to ledger what contractors are approving work at different job sites. This is a way that we slowly start realizing, wait a minute, well, if we streamline the government this state way, now we don't need 482 systems.
Amen.
We need one system.
Amen.
Well, that's going to save millions of dollars right there.
That's
But wait a minute, now all of a sudden we don't need the ledger system for who's doing all the permit record keeping. It's available on a public blockchain. Well, golly, and there aren't 482 of those anymore. That's going to save millions of dollars. And you do that government by government, or institution by institution, streamlining small claims courts, streamlining colleges. Here's a great example. Watch this. Joe Biden says free community college. Great, Joe Biden. Thank you. We are now going to turn 70% of our high schools into community colleges. We call them future schools. So now we're offsetting the budget by basically just doing what the government wants. Provide free community college. Perfect. What can we do to maximize that dollar? That's what I'm all about.
So along those lines,
Amen.
I in the past on my channel, I interviewed some candidates or elected officials about self-driving cars, because this is a big topic for my channel. Is, a lot of Tesla fans follow my channel. I'm personally excited about Tesla. I think self-driving cars are coming fast, robo-taxis, etc. I asked them things like, well, if you have self-driving cars, then you really don't need police to pull cars over for traffic violations anymore. If you have self-driving cars and robo-taxi fleets, then you're not really going to have driver's licenses anymore. You might be able to streamline DMV, like you're saying, and have DMV at the state level, and Tesla registers all the cars with the state, rather than having to register the cars by county. How do you see state governments and local governments adapting to a world of self-driving electric vehicles?
Everything gets done piece by piece and transitionally. Full self-driving is not an event that I expect we will see until probably 2025. Hopefully it comes sooner. I want to see self-driving come sooner. And I think some of the thought around self-driving, the future uncertainty and doubt is relatively ridiculous. Yeah. But I want to work with all of California to make sure that we can transition. For example, the unions related to drivers and trucking. And an entire industry that is really at risk of being displaced because of autonomy. I don't want to see anyone lose a job. I want to see opportunities for folks to increase their income and build their wealth. And there is a lot there's a lot to be determined in terms of how are we going to transition smoothly and appropriately without folks losing their livelihoods. I don't want anybody to think, oh, meet Kevin, he's going to cut and make people lose their jobs. That's not the goal. I would rather issue what I call a California transition bond so that we can cut taxes and over time figure out where can we delete systems where we don't need them and how can we repurpose people. Perfect example. You mentioned, hey, maybe we don't need officers to pull people over anymore because we have autonomous vehicles. First of all, I think the last thing officers should do, as somebody who's been on the road for 15 hours, is pull people over on the roads. There are times when it's absolutely necessary. But roads are very dangerous. It's dangerous for the officer. Traffic stops are some of the most dangerous things that can be done. There's no such thing as a routine traffic stop. I would much rather see a focus on community-style policing where instead of policing vehicles, we are involved in communities, and maybe we take, for example, nonviolent inmates from jails and prisons, and we supervise them cleaning up graffiti, removing trash,
That's so
helping
great.
transition homeless folks,
I love
get
that.
educated in future schools so they don't end up back in jail because they go back on the street and they have no education.
Right.
What are they supposed to do?
Or
They
money.
get a job at McDonald's, and then they can't actually, and they don't actually have skills to make any
That's
money.
so
what
smart.
other option is there? Make crime, go back to jail. Hey, at least you get a roof over your head there.
Oh my
There's
God.
so many things
So
that can be done to
true.
repurpose the amazing and hard workers we have in the state. It's a matter of having the vision and
Dropping
working
knowledge.
towards that.
Okay. So related to this,
I just have a
I'm
statement.
going to ask you another question related.
I have a statement here. This is what happens when nothing against older folks in government policy and stuff like that. But this is what happens when you bring in a younger generation of people, fresh minds, people who are actually experiencing stuff that the policies are going towards or policies that are being written. I'm gonna keep it there.
Free market economy.
Oh, I missed some.
Then when there's a change and certain jobs are eliminated, then new jobs will be created. That when we have new technology,
you guys ever get belly button lint?
technology is, yes, old jobs are
I always get
destroyed. The guys
excited when
putting
I
on
find some.
horseshoes. A lot of those jobs went away. They got better jobs working in car factories. Automated teller machines were supposed to.
I'm liking this. I'm loving this.
Rather see
Thanks, Warren, for
a
doing
focus
this.
on community-style policing, where instead of
W for Warren.
policing vehicles, we
Warren.
are involved in communities,
win.
and maybe we take, for example, inmates, nonviolent inmates from jails and prisons, and we supervise them cleaning up graffiti, removing trash, helping transition homeless folks, get educated in future schools so they don't
Do you guys
they go back on
notice?
the street and they have
Do you notice how I haven't sat down? Even though I have food in front of me. That's my anxiety and my ADHD. I just pace around. So, thank you for giving me a reason to sit down. Any
no education. What are they supposed to do? They can't get a job at McDonald's.
27 thumbs ups. Oh my
They
gosh.
don't actually have skills
You guys
to make
heard
any
me?
money. So
Thank you.
What other option is there? Make crime, go back to jail. Hey, at least you get a roof over your head there.
Hey,
There's
amen.
So many things that can be done to
Oh, wait.
repurpose the amazing
Hold on.
and hard workers we have in the state.
At least you get a
It's
roof
matter of
over your
having
head.
vision
And you get
and
meals
working
that
towards
maybe
that.
they're gross, but you still have meals paid for. Go back to jail. Oh, go back to jail. At least you get a roof over your head. Gosh. That makes so much sense. All right. Let's see. Throw these out. I wonder how many people this will drive away because it's political. He's a YouTuber, so there's 2 YouTubers on the screen that are talking. He's not a politician yet. 2 YouTubers. I'm a YouTuber. I'm going to support YouTubers. If it drives you away, this channel wasn't meant for you because this is all encompassing and this is interesting. And he's dropping
Let's see.
knowledge.
A focus on community-style policing, where instead of policing vehicles, we are involved in communities, and maybe we take, for example, inmates, nonviolent inmates from jails and prisons, and we supervise them cleaning up graffiti,
Can't sit for
removing
that long.
trash, helping transition homeless folks, get educated in future schools so they don't end up back in jail because they go back on the street and they have no education. What are they supposed to do? They can't get a job at McDonald's, and then they can't actually, they don't actually have skills to make any money. So what other option is there? Make crime, go back to jail. Hey, at least you get a roof over your head there. There's so many things that can be done to repurpose the amazing and hard workers we have in the state. It's just a matter of having the vision and working towards that.
Okay. So related to this, I'm going to ask you another question related to what you just said.
Yeah.
We're talking about this question about jobs and what happens when we have this massive transition. So this comes up a lot on my channel. I've actually made videos. There's this popular topic called universal basic income, which I'm not going to, you can talk about it if you want to talk about it. I wasn't going to ask you about that. My feeling is that the best way for new jobs to be created is for the government to get out of the way. When you have a dynamic free market economy,
Oh, message on Discord.
then when there's a change and certain jobs are
Let me stop.
eliminated, then new jobs will.
Time and space. Oops. Hold on. Let me check out Discord. Oh, stop. Ads in 3, 2, 1. Perfect timing for an ad. I've got it muted. All right. Let me check it. Thank you so much for taking a screenshot, sending it over so I can use it as a thumbnail image for this very stream. Move my food. I'm gonna sit down. Sitting. Because I need to focus for a second on Discord. So get the Stella hair out of it. Come on, mouse. Maybe I can do it on my iPhone. As long as I'm logged in over there. Okay. Oh, yay. It came up. Oh my gosh. Because I'm logged in on Discord on my iPhone. Yay. Thank you. This is so helpful. Okay. Oh, love it. Oh my God. Such a great pick. Thanks, Tom in Space. Oh my God. I look like a little row. I love it. Okay. I'm going to save it to my phone. That's so helpful. And I will add credit to you. As requested, I chose the smiley one. I love it so much. Thank you. Get on my knee. Okay. Let's see here. Videos. Or do I need to go to YouTube Studio? While. Thank you. This is so helpful. Oh my gosh. Nope, it doesn't even show up here. Okay, sweet. Okay, I gotta go over to my computer. Burp, 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 burp. My computer is so slow after the whatever Big Sur update or whatever stupid operating system is. It has slowed my machine down 30%, I would say. 30% slowdown. It is so frustrating. And then the mouse gets hair in it. Amazon Basics mouse. Mail cannot save information about your mailboxes because there isn't enough space in your home folder. Sweet. Now there's only 275 megabytes. Yes! More issues! Awesome! Let's keep going. Why is there so much space being taken up right now on my machine? I haven't done anything large. Streamlabs. That's what I bet it's Streamlabs. Oh my God, this is so frustrating. Oh, I'm missing it. I'm missing it. Oh, that's what happens with ads in the middle is they just play right through. I thought that you had to hit skip every time. Oh, okay. And I was like, people will never hit skip. They'll just get off the stream and go somewhere else. Burp burp shows how much I know. Oh wow, there's already 200 gained views on it since I started it. That's pretty cool. People are seeing it. Come on, Streamlabs, close your stupid face. All right. This is so... Okay, Tom in Space, thank you so much. I can't do it while I'm live. I can on this other computer, though. Okay. This is backup option number 4.
I know that when we have a free market economy, then we're more likely to get good jobs created by a dynamic free market economy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's perfect.
Sorry to show the frustration, but it really is frustrating. Not sorry.
Comes
Sorry,
up a
not
lot
sorry.
on my channel.
Whoa.
I've actually made videos. There's this popular topic called universal basic income, which I'm not going to, you can talk about it if you want to talk about it. I wasn't going to ask you about that. My feeling is that the best way for new jobs to be created is for the government to get out of the way. When you have a dynamic free market economy, then when there's a change and certain jobs are eliminated, then new jobs will be created. That when we have new technology, the history of new technology is, yes, old jobs are destroyed. The guys putting on horseshoes, a lot of those jobs went away. They got better jobs working in car factories. Automated teller machines were supposed to destroy bank teller jobs. They ended up making banks more efficient, which meant that banks could open more branches, which created more teller jobs, and they were actually doubled the number of teller jobs, and they were higher value jobs that added more value to customers, added more value to the banks, and paid better. So, what's your thoughts? You have somebody like Andrew Yang who's running for mayor of New York City, and he's this big believer in we create nonprofits, we have government help people find jobs. And I'm a libertarian. I think get government out of the way. I don't know that you are qualified to help people find jobs. I don't know that Andrew Yang is qualified. I don't know that I'm qualified. I know that when we have a free market economy, then we are more likely to get good jobs created by a dynamic free market economy. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it perfectly relates to my plan of having future schools where we coordinate with businesses. Businesses, what jobs do you need? I don't know all of the jobs that Tesla hires, and I'm not going to pretend to know. I don't know all of the people Tesla or Apple needs. Maybe I don't know all of the jobs that Amgen needs or Patagonia, smaller, more local companies. My vision is that companies should tell government. I was even thinking we should have one-page request for proposals. Companies, what do you need?
One page.
And what can you do for California?
Yay!
So I want both. What can you do for us, and what do you need? In one page. And if we get a
Drop
list,
of knowledge.
look, we need
It's saving.
these specific
Thank
skill
you, Tom and
sets.
Space,
Great. How
so
can
much.
We integrate that into our future schools,
Okay,
so
now I
that way
need to
people who
give
are
you
not
credit.
productive now can get reintegrated in society. We play matchmaker, but let the market tell us what do you want.
It took that long
Yeah,
just to
and
save a
our
thumbnail.
schools can be that matchmaker. Right now, what are our
Could be
schools
worse.
in high school? There's no matchmaking happening. There are no internships in most high schools. Most high school is like, oh, get a job while you go work at geometries. It's stupid. You're not learning financial education. People are wasting their time. They're graduating at 18 and they can't do anything. It's
Tom and
dumb.
Space, can you send me a direct link
gotta
over to your
take a look
YouTube
at,
channel, please, in
Florida
Discord, so I
schools.
can
We have
link
a
it?
lot of you mentioned Fort
Right
Lauderdale,
through the keyboard.
which is Broward County. I don't know if you were referring to Broward County in that video. I'm in Palm Beach County, just north of that, but both Palm Beach and Broward County, and I think most of the schools in Florida, have these academies. So I have a child who is in a drafting and design academy and is certified in Photoshop already. There are a lot of opportunities in the Florida schools. Not everybody does it, but there are a lot of opportunities in the Florida schools for kids to try to get into programs. There's a culinary program in the school. There's actually, I think, a cybersecurity program in the school. There's a lot of opportunities in Florida schools to do that. They tend to be concentrated in the schools with, I don't know how to politely say this, the schools with the most motivated parents, right? But we do have a lot of programs like that. I don't even know, does California do anything like that in the public
There are
schools?
programs like that. The problem is it's not ubiquitous. You've got we have certain schools that people, like lottery schools, that they can apply to. For example, in my town, we have this school called Foothill Technologies. It's a lottery school you get into, and they have many more of these style of programs. Whereas if you go to a school like I did, maybe if you're lucky, but for example, the foods class that I went, so my wife is 1 year ahead of me. She had foods class. When it came my turn, they cut the capacity for those classes because they're like, we don't have money for this. We don't have money to educate people on these extracurriculars. It blows my mind on things that could actually make money. It blows my mind that California isn't doing more of that. Instead, California is focused on budget's too high. Okay, well, let's just cut. It's very disappointing because the number one thing California could do to reduce, consider all the things you could reduce. Consider welfare, consider Medi-Cal, consider homelessness. All of these things get reduced. The dependence state of California gets reduced when people are more educated and more capable. But people have to be armed with the tool to provide value to a company. You can't just pay people more money if they can't provide value. But it's not their fault they can't provide value.
Right.
It's the state's fault because they're not educating people.
Amen.
Work. Oh, perfect.
Whoop. Thumbnail has been changed. We'll need to crop it a little bit, but that's okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tom and Space. Hi, everybody on the stream. Daddy. Hi. You okay? Nope. What do you think, Stella? Are you ready to go outside again with your harness? I have a new one coming. Hopefully the right size. Oh, she's picking at the door. This is what I mean by she wants to go out. She goes to the door and tries to put her nose through the crack. She's gonna love that harness at Starbase. Oh my gosh. Oh, they're back. Stella, you're gonna go outside.
Homelessness. All of these things get reduced. The dependent state of California gets reduced when people are more educated and more capable.
Are you excited?
People have to be armed with the tools to provide value to a company. You can't just pay people more money if they can't provide value. But it's not their fault they can't provide value. It's the state's fault because they're not educating people.
Hey, go.
Okay. So a question I was heading towards, and I cut off because everything you asked, you said, I kept finding other things to ask you about, but now I can get to the question I wanted to ask you. So I don't know if you know this, I was the Libertarian candidate for governor of New York in 2010.
I have no idea.
I came close. I only lost by about 50%. I got 1%. I think Andrew Cuomo got like 60%. So it was close.
Good one, Warren.
Whoa, that is so cool.
So
It was close. That's a joke.
So the question I had, and I know you, for people who
Is
don't
it a joke?
know,
Maybe it's
Gavin is running as a Democrat. Having thought about both, he's not a hyper-partisan guy. I think you said you didn't think it would make sense to run third-party or independent. So I'm a libertarian. I have run as a libertarian in the past. I'm curious whether you would consider running a libertarian if there's any chance I could persuade you to run as a libertarian. And I wrote down in my notes, I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but I want to ask.
I'm
know until you
all
ask.
ears for different ideas and perspectives. I don't like, I don't even ever like bringing up party affiliation because to me I like solutions.
Yeah.
But the problem is California is a one-party state. Well, and we've got to know that about California. California has supermajority of Democrats.
I don't even know what
and
libertarian means, to be honest. He'll have to
whoever
explain
runs
that
the state
sometime.
needs to be able to work with everyone in Congress to get things done.
That's
Otherwise, it's not happening. Personally,
That's a good
and I think it's sad that California, or just politics in general in our country, is so divisive, is what it is.
Yeah.
But personally, I think because of this, a vote, for example, for a Republican in California, it's a wasted vote.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to get changed.
No.
For example, Caitlyn Jenner mentioned
Caitlyn
on
Jenner.
Twitter, when I'm governor, I'm going to make use of the veto power. And I'm like, really? You realize there's a supermajority of Democrats that can literally pass whatever they want, veto-proof, and you have zero power.
What? Really?
What's the point? Any
didn't know.
kind of campaign against the Democratic Party in California turns into, let's just wait a year and get a Democrat.
Is
right
Caitlyn
back.
Jenner running for governor?
Solutions. That's what I'm running.
That's
on,
awesome.
Solutions.
I really appreciate that because I feel like when I ran for governor, the Republican candidate, who New York is also a very heavily Democratic state, kept talking like he was just going to do this. You know, he was just going to do whatever he wanted. And it's like, well, I don't think the legislature's going to go for that. Right? The state legislature's not going to go for your ideas. They're not going to. He was like, well, I'm going to take over the MTA. Pretty sure Sheldon Silver was the Assembly Speaker. I don't think Sheldon's like, it's like saying Trump's going to come in and he's going to do, change Social Security. Well, Nancy Pelosi might not go for that. You have to work with the people who are in office to get them to go along. So, I think I'll make my pitch for the Libertarians. I don't expect you to do it, but I'll make my pitch. I did a poll on my YouTube channel, on my Twitter. Which would you be more insulted by, being called a Democrat, a Republican, or a Libertarian? And it was like 42% Democrat, 42% Republican, or I think it was a little bit more Republican. I don't remember, maybe it was a little bit more Democrat, but only 14% Libertarian. So Libertarians are the least offensive of the three parties. So, but the biggest challenge for a third party candidate is getting attention, getting voter ID. So my biggest challenge, I didn't have the minor level of celebrity I have now, so it's really, really hard to get voter attention. If you want to reach 20 million voters, or let's say 10 million voters, do you have any idea how many votes there will be if there's a general election?
Probably, obviously, it always comes down to voter turnout, but 10 to 15 million?
Right, so let's suppose you wanted to reach 10 million, let's suppose you're able to identify 10 million voters who could be swamped.
Let's see.
And you're going to send each one of them a postcard. And the postcard is going to cost 50 cents.
Hi, Joe's.
Well, it's going to cost you
Joseph.
$5 million to send one.
I don't know where the smoke alarm went.
And they're and 90% of them are going to throw it out before they read it. So it's a really, so this is why money matters so much.
Oh.
But if you
Okay.
could,
This is a rental room, and Jeff said that the guy who lived here beforehand, like, just up and left in the middle of the night, and he said he thought he was like doing some pretty mysterious illegal activity in here. That guy probably took that off so the smoke alarm wouldn't. I'm assuming. I haven't had one since I moved in. Plus, there's this stupid small ceiling fan that does nothing. It's got tons of quirks. That's for sure.
but if you can reach the audience
Welcome,
in other
everybody.
ways, like
Hi.
on a YouTube channel that has a big audience, you can actually make a dent where other people can't. So it's just a pitch. Now, let's move on, because I don't expect you to agree with me on the libertarian thing.
Oh, no. I mean, look, I agree with you though on the spending. It's one of the Republican candidates spent $5 million on a grizzly bear TV commercial that he's now getting investigated for. And I'm like,
What?
$5 million? These people must have so much money.
$5 million.
Like,
That's
if I had
crazy.
$5 million in the campaign account, the last thing I would do is drug up a bear to walk next to me.
Ah.
But beyond that, I'm not spending $5 million on a TV commercial.
That's
the first TV
crazy.
commercial I ever did I want to say, was it $50,000 to produce? And then we spent another $60,000 airing it in California. And just trying to wrap my head around $5 million.
Wait, that was just for production?
I'm sure it was, I believe it was, in fairness, production and some airing. But the commercial itself is like, this is more embarrassing than it's not. And it makes me concerned with, how could you spend money like that? What's it going to be like when you're governor? It makes me very concerned.
Oh god.
Yeah, no, it's challenging. All right, so question I had for you, which I think I think I'm gonna like this answer. You know, my channel is very focused on Elon Musk's companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Boring Company, Neuralink, all California companies. One in particular that I think has tremendous potential for any location, and there's apparently something happening in Miami and Fort Lauderdale, by the way, that Elon's been talking to the mayors and the state governor.
Boring Company.
How do you feel about Boring Company tunnels? What do you think they could do for Los Angeles, San Francisco, and the rest of the state?
Such a great question. Whether it's Elon or a competing Boring Company, I think tunnels are the key. Tunnels behave beautifully in earthquakes. They're like, think
This
of
was
a,
dangling.
Hi. Swimming under a wave. Tunnels are beautiful in earthquakes. They're what you want in earthquakes. They're some of the safest places in earthquakes. But beyond that, they're extremely cost effective, $10 million a mile. Even if they cost double that, they're still a fraction of what Newsom's spending on a high-speed rail. But what's so beautiful about tunnels is flexibility. And here's what I like. So there's a particular stretch of the 405 freeway that's horrible. And it's about 12 miles long.
Wait. Is there a stretch that isn't horrible?
Oh.
Touche.
My brother lives right off the 405.
Yeah. So consider some of the worst stretches, like the parts between the 101 and the 10. This is about a 12-mile stretch that at $10 million a mile, you're $120 million. Even if you build 2 tunnels or 4 tunnels, you're spending a fraction of what you are on a high-speed rail where you're spending $100 billion. And what you're doing is you're solving the problem in hotspots.
I'm moving to Starbase.
You're using tunnels to target hotspot
There's a GoFundMe
issues to alleviate congestion.
to help
And
me
by
buy a
the way we're
trailer.
doing it isn't even paying for it ourselves.
Contribute if
It's
you
let
haven't
the
already,
tunnel
or
operators
if you were able to. Thank you.
charge for people to use the tunnels. And preferably, or I do possibly
In
only,
13 days.
areas where we have existing roads. I mean, that's all to be determined. The reason for that is I don't want people to feel like they're getting taxed to use a tunnel. I want people to feel like they have an option to use a tunnel. So what happens is you have a choice. You want to go on the 405? You want to go on the tunnel? You have a choice. And maybe the price of that tunnel changes based on congestion traffic. Maybe the tunnel's direction even changes, like you do in Florida. The 595 renovations that you've done have been wonderful. I'm sure they've all come with their own problems, but quite frankly, I love tunnels. I love the potential for them. And I love the idea of
Warren's face
full roads
looking at his
to
chat.
make sure that we're not adding roads
good.
just to get more discretionary travel and then immediately absorbing all of the excess capacity we're creating, but really solving problems first.
Oh,
If we have extra capacity after that, perfect. Solving problems can be done very, very easily with tunnels. I honestly do not understand why there is so much resistance to tunnels. They are They are the solution to our traffic problem. They are also a potential solution for getting people into and out of cities. For example, let's build new suburbs outside of LA, build tunnels with no traffic, no lane changes, higher speeds from outside the city into the city. Now all of a sudden you concentrate jobs and you concentrate housing where it's more affordable. Tunnels are part of the everything solution that California needs.
Let me just ask you this, because I think you just said something I very strongly agree with, but I want to be clear about it. So there's a Boring Company tunnel project in Las Vegas right now. And the way the project was done was the Las Vegas Convention Center Authority, I think it is, put it out to bid and chose Boring Company's bid, and it was like $50 million. And so the contract is, A, we're paying you $50 million ballpark to build the tunnel system, and then B, we're going to pay you to operate it. So there's an alternative approach I've been talking about, which is Boring Company gets on its feet, it gets going, and it starts going to cities and saying, hey, we'd like to build a project in your city, we won't charge you a dime. When we're done, we finish the tunnel system, we're going to charge whatever tolls we're going to charge, and we're going to give the city 10% of whatever revenue we get.
Your health can't wait.
Boink. Reflex time like a cat ninja. Oh wow, the Gigafactory is looking so good. Oh, I have a booger in my nostril. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh, they're back.
Right? Just, we're going to run this system. You guys let us build it. They come up with plans. Everything's got to work out. I'm not saying it happens like that, but here's our proposal. Here's what we want to do. We've thought this out. Will you guys let us build this system? City A says no. Neighboring City B says yes. They build the system in City B.
How are my
As soon
boogers?
as it's
Oh,
running
there's one in the
City B,
middle.
all the voters in City A are
Boogers?
angry as hell.
Always got
At
boogers.
the people who ran their city that they didn't allow this. Right? Assuming it works, which I believe it will, I believe
Booger
it's going to be very
Cam.
successful.
Booger Cam.
How do you feel
Think we're
about
in the
that
clear.
approach as something that benefits? How do you feel about that approach for the state, for cities, for the people, for traffic?
It's a hands down no-brainer. I mean, here I am comparing the cost of tunnels to the high-speed rail as if we're going to have to pay for the tunnels. You're describing a scenario where we don't have to pay for them, and then we get residual income. It's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer. And we know
Let's do a little
the
posty
research says tunnels work, they're safe, and they're cost-effective. It's a no-brainer, and it needs to happen. It's traffic. Look, there is no Californian that likes traffic. It blows my mind that this has not started yet.
Okay. So, do you feel that the California state government is driving companies like Tesla, SpaceX? I mean, let's be clear. Tesla is now building a big factory in Austin, Texas. There's some thought that they may move their headquarters, starting companies away.
Hands down. Absolutely, the answer to that is yes. I mean, just in the sole fact
I said that on Clubhouse
California
a couple of months ago. People
regularly
laughed.
discusses the idea, not of
Sorry, I have to pause. It's obvious that SpaceX and Tesla are doing something with their California stuff in order to move everything, or at least slow down the production there, because most of maybe the headquarters will stay there. The headquarters, as in like the office people or whatever, if they have that. The design studio, I'm sure, will maybe still be there, because that's at SpaceX in Hawthorne. So, but I do think that it'll eventually go to Texas, and maybe that's part of the reason that Elon was speaking with Florida. I think it's for Boring Company that it's possible. Maybe that's going to be a Starship recovery location. Like I could see down in like the tip, the lower tip, like down by the Keys or something. Also, anybody that wasn't on my stream earlier today called Waiting in Line at the post office, where I got real emotional, like literally tears. What was I going to say? Oh, I was talking about my dream last night, and I haven't had a dream that I remember in so long. I haven't slept deeply in a long time, and just to say, had the greatest night's sleep last night, and I woke up at 12:06 p.m. Okay? I never sleep that long, ever. I mean, that would never happens. Anyways, I woke up in a panic because I thought I had a 10 a.m. podcast record with Bodie at 918 Digital. He does a podcast called the Kilowatt Podcast. And I panicked because I thought I missed it, but I was a day early, thankfully. So it's tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Anyways, my dream was about Starship. There were 2 starships that were launching simultaneously side by side and landing simultaneously side by side. I don't think I went into this earlier, but then they started doing, because Tom in Space sent me this air show video, I think, right, and I watched it right as I was falling asleep last night. Maybe that was how that worked. So then the starships were launching side by side together, and then they were going, woo, and then they would come back. It was wild. It was like the craziest thing ever. And then I woke up. So, yeah. I just wanted to share that little Kirsh rant. Here we go. Still 2 hours left in this.
Despite
I'm
all
gonna
of
have
a
to go to
sudden having a
bed.
windfall budget surplus, where now you've got Gavin Newsom going, I need
Sounds so
votes,
epic,
so
right?
How about we forgive old traffic tickets?
By the way, Tom in Space, that air show video was, I mean, there were fireworks coming out of the airplane, and it had laser shooting. I mean, you want to make an ADHD person pay attention, you send them a video like that. That should be the title of the video. For ADHD, people who like space and aviation and air shows. And entertaining things that fly around and shoot fireworks and flames and lasers. That was on point, and your pun was really funny about the bird in the air show. Yeah, Imagine Dragons, right. It looked like that. Starships with lasers. Oh my god, it was amazing. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Welcome. You've got mail. Also, what time is it where you're coming in from? Where are you coming in from? What time is it where you are? And what is the temperature? I've got lettuce in my teeth. See? Oh yeah, look at that lettuce. And boogers in my nose. Oh, there you go. You're welcome. Thanks for witnessing my teeth. It is currently Monday, May 17th Monday, May 17th, 2021 at 10:44 p.m. in Phoenix, Arizona, which is also 22:44 for the 100 times. And the temperature is currently 77 degrees. Tomorrow's high is a low for the entire week, a high of 90 degrees Fahrenheit with a low of 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Now your turn. Let me know where you're coming in from, the time and the temperature. Please and thank you.
It's absolutely ridiculous. But what's more important is the simple math. Californians, if they get a tax reduction, for example, my proposal calls for no taxes on the first $250,000 of income. That is effectively a pay raise for everyone working and investing in California. People moving to Texas is effectively a pay raise. So if Tesla can hire more people for less money in a different state, it makes logical sense to move. What happens then is you get this slow drain of talent away from California. Worst case scenario, and this happens, worst case scenario is California spends to educate their students, and then as soon as the students are educated and get a job, they leave. So you have this worst case scenario where California is actually burning money investing on students who are literally just leaving California as soon as they get a job because they get more pay somewhere.
Dropping knowledge.
It's
He's
stupid.
Amazing.
And it needs to change.
Meet Kevin.
So primarily, what are the things you would do that maybe I missed it. Sorry, I got distracted by the comments for a second.
That happens.
What are some things that you would do to
I can relate.
keep companies from leaving and attract new companies to come in?
Yeah, number one, we've got to work with the legislature on this, on reducing taxes. First $250,000 we need free. We need people to come back to California. We cannot have a drain out of California. Draining people out of California is a big mistake, because we're going to go from the fifth largest economy to a crumbled economy. That's the last thing we need. We need more people here so they can support our businesses. Now, usually when people hear, well, more people here, wait a minute, there's enough congestion. Well, exactly. That's why we have to tackle homelessness, schooling, and traffic all together. You can't just throw money at one, because the problems just show up somewhere else. You need a solution to solve all of these things at the same time. It's very difficult. It's not easy, but it can be done with proper leadership, which is what we don't have right now. So number one, lowering taxes for individuals and businesses on their first $250,000. We've got to keep talent in California. Number two is working with businesses on future schools, educating people who will become employees in California. But that should also, this is to be determined, probably come with the asterisk that, look, if we're going to provide you the workers that you want, and you're providing us the education, we're teaching our teachers how to educate the students on this, and we're providing you the workers, or maybe we're giving you, a path for legal immigration, so that if you have workers from out of the area that you can't find in California, maybe we give you some incentives or some options to bring workers to California. Well, we want something in return. We want you to build factories in California. We want you to employ people in California. And that's literally the opposite of the approach that California's taking right now. California's saying, oh, you want to leave? Okay, leave. Gavin Newsom's famous thing is, oh, well, we might be the most expensive state to do business in, but we're the best state to do business in. That doesn't last with that kind of attitude. Because this is a free market. People pack their bags and leave every day.
Yeah. Okay. Next question I had for you was, what role do you think the state would or should play with cryptocurrencies? It's a hot topic.
Yeah,
where do you see that playing for California?
So many opportunities for cryptocurrencies. First thing is I would look into actually tokenizing my transition bond that I want California to have, to give everyday investors access to California tax-preferred bonds, so that way it's not only accredited investors or only people who understand bonds. I want people to feel, wow, I just invested $1,000 in California and I'm getting paid a dividend every month. And this can be done through blockchain technology. But there's also a matter of, I would love California to have a stock exchange. I would love California to have a crypto exchange. These are the forward-thinking things that California needs. I don't want to just turn a blind eye and go, oh, no, crypto, no, crime, and all this crap. We need to integrate and not resist what the people want. And there are also some incredible use cases for actually building up utilities using proof of work structures. We'll see how proof of work ends up playing out versus like proof of stake. But there's plenty of research suggesting that proof of work style Bitcoin mining can actually be a wonderful way to expand renewables by providing consistent demand and making it easy for utilities to determine a return on investment on, if we build this wind farm, are we going to actually have people who use this energy? But on top of that, you actually need a government that's willing to say, yeah, we'll get you those transmission lines from where you're building that wind farm to where you need them. There's one thing to say, go build a wind farm out in the middle of nowhere. It's a whole other thing to say, well, okay, how are we going to get the power from there to where we need it?
Okay. All right, so I'm going to go through your, you published these 20 points. I'm not going to cover every one of them, but you said no state income tax on the first $250,000 of income. What is there a certain level of income where there's no state income tax now? Is it like $50,000 a year? What's the?
Oh, it's super low. People starting like $8,000 or $9,000 start getting taxed in California. And the issue is then people are also paying or filing a California tax return, and it's burdensome for people. We'll take a look at that. California income tax rates 2020. It's pretty low. Oh no, look at that. Yeah, everybody pays. 0 to, that's the number I was thinking, $8,932. You pay 1%. So everybody is compelled to file a tax return in the state of California. Why are we processing all of these returns?
I love it.
The richest 3% of Californians, and I have the stat from 2004, I'm working on getting an updated number. In 2004, the richest 3% paid 60% of California's income taxes. Why are we making somebody making $9,000 file a California income tax return? It makes no sense.
Years ago I was talking about this. I think this was when I was running for governor of New York. Something like 5 taxes paid for more than 90% of the state, covered more than 90% of the state's revenue. And I said, well, why don't we just get rid of all, because there's probably like 1,000 other taxes. that are generating, less than 10% of the state revenues. Like, I think it was five taxes paid 95% of state revenue. So you could literally get rid of 1,000 taxes and fees and all these other things, because there's all these little fees that they jam you on something.
Right.
You could get rid of all of those, and it would be, basically no impact on. You would probably save money because the cost of collecting the other 1,000 taxes ends up being more than the revenue that they generate. And there's nobody, because when you describe that, like the cost of collecting revenue, tax revenue.
That's me trying to compose a tweet about what I'm doing.
Than the revenue you generate by charging.
I'm trying to talk about how I feel Kevin would be really qualified.
So close,
That's kind of logic.
Not because of his experience as a politician,
it's a
thankfully.
highly inefficient
Because
tax.
he's
If
youthful.
you're spending $90 to collect $100 in revenue, that's not a very efficient tax.
I'm going to save it as a draft.
I hear that, and I'm sorry to keep referring to myself. When I ran for governor, I actually talked very specifically where it would cut spending. I identified 13 state agencies I would just eliminate.
Wow.
My favorite.
Okay, 44 minutes in. And that's all I'm going to be able to watch for today because my brain is overloaded. So, great interview, Warren. Great interview, Kevin. If I lived in California, I would 100% vote for you. I would probably also volunteered to help with the campaign, even though I'm not a political person. I very strongly resonate with a lot of the stuff that you said, especially regarding shelter and housing. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Anyways, thanks for responding to what I said in the chat. I don't know if he's actually going to see this stream, but yeah, I just wanted to speak that about, yeah. Anyways, that was good. And yeah, it's good to have you all here hanging. Okay, maybe a little bit more, but I don't want to sleep through my podcast record tomorrow like I did today. I had 4 alarms set and they were all going off when I got up. They were set for 7 a.m. I slept through alarms for 5 hours. Yeah. So, I'm going to go until, let's see, we're at 44 minutes in. I'd love to know how he wraps it up, how they wrap it up. So this is 44, 42. I wish I could put a bookmark in it and then come back another time and watch the rest. And then not all of my computers are synced, computers and phones.
Sorry to keep referring to myself. When I ran for governor, I actually talked.
Oh, battery's at 15%. I need to charge. Okay. Ooh, I can feel a booger up there. I know there's one. Hello. Hello. Nick Light in a good way. Something about agree. How could you possibly sleep? You look like you have enough energy to light a house. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's a compliment. Did I see Roxanne coming in? Yeah, Roxanne! Motion for judgment as a matter of law. There's no way that the defendant can win this case. They are so scared asking the court for a 5-day trial. Must have missed in that chat. Okay, the stream is dropping down, and I am probably going to watch the rest of this and then go to sleep. But I love you all so much. There's 43 thumbs up, so you guys heard me. You saw my stream earlier or something. And, God, that booger is really driving me nuts. But, yeah, thanks for the hang. Jessica Kirsh here. If you haven't already subscribed, I encourage you to hit subscribe. I can helicopter. Oh, I almost knocked my Coke over. Coca-Cola. I love you all. And thanks for being there for me today. Warren, shout out to you. Great interview. Kevin, great candidate. Kevin Paffrath. for California governor. I'm not a political person, but if I lived there, I would totally vote for him. Just saying. This is not financial advice or voting advice. Okay, guys and gals and non-binary. I love you all. Jessica Kirsh and Stella. She fits right in. Hi. Hello, sleepy kitty. Oh, she's out. Stelly. If you haven't seen that I'm moving to Starbase, Texas, I'm moving to Starbase, Texas in, I don't know when the 31st is. It's coming in hot. My 34th birthday is on May 26th. I don't know how many days that is. So I have a fundraiser to help buy a travel trailer for me to live in there, pay cash for it. I'm contributing, other people are contributing. It's awesome. And as of last night, I was 16% funded. So I think it hit $44,250. The goal is $25,000 because that'll include a pre-owned travel trailer purchase. It will include shipping it to Texas because I don't have a car that can tow it, and I'm not going to buy a gasoline vehicle that can tow it. No more. Yeah, my next vehicle will be an electric vehicle is what I am sticking to, unless it's absolutely, there's a hurricane coming in and I've got to get it out or something. The trailer, I've got to get it out of Texas. I don't anticipate that happening. It will also cover registration and fees, licensing fees, taxes, also taxes. If I don't know where I'm going to buy it, private sale would be great, but I also may find it at a dealer and there's going to be taxes on it. It will also go towards, I don't know if it will actually be able to cover, because that's already a lot to cover in that price point based on the inflation of the recreational vehicle industry at this point. But I plan on making it completely off-grid. So it will be solar powered, completely off-grid when it comes to energy. I'm not sure about the other stuff like composting and water and reusage, but I will be doing DIY solar setup for it. So if you haven't already checked that out, I would love if you did. If any of the moderators are here and you could put it in the chat, the bit.ly /Starbase TX. That's the link. So see you. Oh, somebody said see you there at Starbase. It's morning in the UK. What's up? Another space nut. Yeah. Moderator. Here he comes in for the win. Yes, time and space. And I want to make sure that link actually works because I did put capital letter. Oh, you capitalized it. Yay. I'll change it to be all lowercase. But thank you so much, Tom and Space. He is just put in the chat. Gosh, you're just here for me. Thank you. He put in the chat the link to the campaign. It is for Stella and I. This house that I live in is a rental, and our landlord gave us 30 days at the beginning of May to get out. So we're supposed to be out by May 31st because she's selling. So I love you. I've said that 100 times, but I really do love you all. And so does Stella. It's clear. She's excited. She's going to be a Starbase kitty. Right? $49 thumbs ups. Oh my gosh, I really feel hurt. Stella, what do you hear? I'm so grateful for you all. Oh, Stelly. This is her view right now. Can you imagine when she's actually in the harness and is able to wander outside? What are you going to do with yourself, Stell? Yeah, she's going to be so happy. All right. Mwah. Okay, for real now. Good night.